Ooh, looks like we're back. Welcome everybody. So before we get started, I want to remind everyone that the Twitch portion of today's stream is sponsored by DeviantArt. I'm part of a sponsorship program called the DeviantArt Collective. If you stream your artwork on Twitch, you're building a community, you're giving out educational content. DeviantArt is actively looking. Whoa! Tim, what's up? Interrupted the ad with a sub. I appreciate that. Interrupt all the ads you want. So so yeah, the DeviantArt Collective, if you stream your artwork on Twitch, DeviantArt is actively looking for new artists to add to our team. When it comes to uploading my artwork, I am most active on DeviantArt. I'm going to drop a link in the chat for you guys right now where you can get some more information. Whoa, what's going on, everybody? That's 2 subs in a row. Hubs, what's going on? Fluffy Buttocks, what's going on? Yeah, if you guys like what we do here on stream, DeviantArt plays a big part as to why we can continue to do this full time. So big shout outs to them for supporting artists. How is everybody doing? I shifted my monitors over a little bit and I really dislike how that came out. But they're really heavy, so I don't know if I'm gonna move it back. Valor, what's going on? All right, so for the month of November, speaking of DeviantArt, for the month of November, I will be hosting a Draw This in Your Style challenge. The full outline to that will come out probably tomorrow, if not tonight. So the character that I'm going to have as part of the challenge is going to be my OC, which I haven't. Her name's Ryder, and I haven't drawn her in a very, very long time. I think I did a drawing with her in it, but oh, you got to mute. All right, yeah, no, I appreciate the lurk. I appreciate the Twitter thing too, by the way. Yeah, so my original character, I don't draw her often. But I have some old drawings of her from like 2016 that we might go look at today when we get more people in here. But yeah, I have not drawn her in a very long time. Again, I might have drawn her once earlier this year or last year for a drawing that we were like an original concept piece that when we were messing with composition practice. But this is just going to be a straight up character drawing, and we're going to break her down into little parts. And I kind of want to update her design too. You know what? Let me pull up. Hold up. Let me pull up an old picture of her. So these are from 2015. I hopped on the white hair craze before it got really popular. All right, so old design, really simple. Oh, actually, this is like really old. This is before I gave her a leather jacket. She doesn't have the leather jacket there. Doesn't have it here. It's the character that I have in my well, that I used to have as like my icon for everything, and is even technically is my profile picture that I have in across all social media right now. It's the same character there, but I think it's time we do like a little revamp. Did I ever draw her in 2016? No, I did not. Okay. So was it 2014? Not even, so it was like 2015 was when I really yeah, anyway, we'll see if we can kind of give her a little bit of an update, right? That'll be really fun. Hope everyone's doing well. How was everybody's weekend? I say the weekend. It's fucking Wednesday already. The week is half gone. My bad, I haven't streamed since last Friday was the last time I streamed. And then oh, we're almost to a hype train. How the fuck did that happen? Yeah, so my bad, I haven't streamed since last Friday. Saturday was really I took Saturday off, and then Sunday was really busy. Monday I had some Halloween. We were in the Discord. You know, I had some stuff, family stuff to take care of, and then now we're here. All right. Yeah, it's about that time. We should get people rolling in a little bit. So we'll just go ahead and take her old design and then kind of work off of that. So we have the version of her with the helmet and the version without the helmet. So I think we'll start without the helmet. And I'll kind of go into like my thoughts of when I was making this character. This character is, you know what? We'll just sketch a little bit, and then we'll wait for more people to roll in, and then we'll start talking about the character. I don't think I've ever hosted a draw this in your style challenge before, so this is gonna be really fun. I've had people draw my original character for me, like fan art. I've had fan art of Ryder before. It's almost weird to say her name because I just don't talk about her a lot. I'm like all giddy to get to talk about her, but like, and she has one of those like bedhead hair designs where it's kind of like open to interpretation. But I think, like, as I've drawn her over the years, we're gonna wait for people to roll in and then we'll start talking about her. Speaking of letting people roll in, I think it's time we let the Instagrams know that we're live. I always forget to tell the Instagrams. Hubs, what's going on? I'd love to try and draw her. Yeah. I'm actually we're gonna wait for more people to roll in, and then we'll get into the discussions about the things that were going through my head when I created this character, the things that I've changed over time, and you might see me drawing her a lot in my sketchbook. Like when we're goofing around, I'll do certain, like when I draw some characters in the sketchbook when we're goofing off. A lot of the times I actually kind of I have that leather jacket that I put on a lot of my characters where it's kind of like the bigger shoulders and it's almost like that future trunks where it cuts off and like the rib cage and then the tights. That's actually her outfit. So if you see me draw that outfit a lot, that comes straight from my design of her. Just don't talk about it a lot. But yeah, so this challenge I'll be hosting, it's actually going to be with DeviantArt. We're going to be hosting it on DeviantArt, and that's where I would want people to submit their versions of this character, of my character. And again, the whole sheet to that will come out either tonight or tomorrow, and I'll be giving some stuff out for people who do draw her. So. Oh, you know what? There is a fun, no pun in, oh, pun intended. There's a fun drawing that I did that involved this character called Fun House. If I could find it. Here it is. You guys might have seen this one in the past. There. Can't really zoom in on it. You know what? Here, let me, instead of looking at it online, let me pull up the actual photo, the actual image for that. How was your weekend? Oh no, I was away from Twitch for a couple days. Now the algorithm's not being nice to me. Be nice to me. Hold up, hold up. We're looking for something. Where the fuck did I put that drawing? Aha, here it is. I'm actually just gonna pull up some reference pictures of this character. It's gonna be kind of a mix of her old designs, and then we're going to try and see if we can kind of give her a little bit of an update. Yo, what's going on? All right, I'm pulling them up right now, and then I'll throw them up on screen. All right. I could just throw all of these up as reference, which I will, but these are pretty old. We want to give her an update. Alex, how's your weekend? / week, because the week is almost over already. There was one more. Where did I put that? There was one more that I did. Wow. You don't draw your you don't draw your OCs often either. Yeah. I just I actually here, hold on. Let me pull up this picture, and then we'll start talking about stuff, okay? Thanks for the follow. There it is, face off. There it is. You just find drawing new things more appealing than drawing the same thing. Yeah, but if you never draw your OC, then it's almost like refreshing. Isn't it like refreshing to draw, right? But anyway, so today we're gonna be doing a draw this in your style of it's my OC. I think this is the most recent one I did that it actually involved my OC in it. She still does have her old outfit on there. Yeah, so when I first started when I first started doing conventions, I actually brought a lot of these prints that had my OC on it. And they did okay because, you know, they're really interesting to look at. They're visually appealing, but I mean, it doesn't sell like fan art, so eventually I abandoned it, like everyone else. So, is there any particular? Nah, it's draw this in your style. It's however you want to draw it. I am like we are using. I'm gonna put up those old pictures that I just showed. I'll put that up in the sheet that I'm gonna have. But I do want to give her a bit of a facelift. I want to kind of update her outfit. So some thoughts that I had when I made this character. So that was like close to the time that I started drawing, right? So 2014, 2015. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time I was really missing my motorcycle. And I used to, for those who don't know, I used to work on cars for a living, and I actually used to love motorcycles. Like I used to love like taking mine apart and crashing it and all that. Like that's what this is. This is road rash right here from crashing my bike. That stuff right there. So part of her haunted what's going on. Yeah, is, one of the big things about this character is that she has a motorcycle, which I'm not going to require anyone to draw a motorcycle with this character for the draw this in your style challenge that we're hosting. But it'd be pretty fucking sweet if you did. Oh, you were a Filipino mechanic? I remember my dad, because my dad grew up in the Philippines. I grew up in the U.S., but my dad, he used to work on cars in the Philippines, and he would always talk about how wasteful we were with our oil here when we were doing oil changes, because when he worked at the garage in the Philippines, they had like this little trough, right? Like this trough funnel, and anytime they were done doing an oil change, they would put the containers of oil upside down along here, and they just recollect and rebuild, and then they'd be able to salvage oil for the next oil change. Hubs, you're drawing your OC more often. I just like to draw them in special ways and different stuff. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Experiment. No, it's smart. It's like that is smart. You know how much oil gets left behind in these things? Like a lot. Like there's a lot of oil stuck on the walls. If you leave them upside down for like 2 days and you empty it out, you could probably fill up a whole nother bottle. I mean, it probably take like 20 to do it, but hey Mom, what's going on, man? How's your week been? All right, so we're gonna talk about a couple things with my OC. Okay, I came up with her back in 2014 to 2015 time, and when I first started, it was just like a girl with white hair because I thought that was really cool design wise. Now everybody has an OC with white hair, okay? But if you look at my uploads, they're dated like 2014, so I don't give a fuck. All right, I did mine a long time ago. I'm gonna keep it that way. I ain't. Oh. Um, does anybody here have OCs with white hair? So I gave her a motorcycle because I missed my motorcycle, and I just liked drawing. I was really into drawing vehicles at the time, and I wanted to. I don't know. I just missed riding my bike, so I was like, well, if I can't, then I'm going to draw somebody who can. No, it looks like I know everyone has an OC with white hair, but it looks good, doesn't it? Like it looks cool. So then eventually, I kind of I gave her a big leather jacket. I think that like this was one of the way early ones, right? She had a hoodie, and then eventually I started shifting over to giving her a leather jacket for her motor. This was like that's like a real motorcycle. I want to say that's a Ducati 10 something something. But eventually I shifted over and gave her just like a futuristic bike. Actually, this one was way early. That's when I started incorporating like the future trunks, short, high ride. What does it call it? Do you know where the jacket ends at like your rib cage? What are those called? Yeah. And I started doing that here too. Thought my OC was a guy. Yeah, I was very like I really didn't want to over sexualize her. I think I went a little too far. Yeah, my OC I definitely didn't have like the general uh overly sexual feminine features that you would put on most OCs. But I mean like you could look at this really old drawing here, and if you zoom in, it's like it's clearly a girl, right? This one I could totally get. This one I totally get, but the reference picture actually this was based off of a reference picture. I think I used a little bit of a Rosario Dawson. If I remember, I used like 4 different reference pictures, and I picked different parts of people and I put them in here. But I gotta say all the reference pictures I used were girls, so I don't know, yeah. So this one I get. This one kind of looks like a dude, but that's another one of those things I kind of want to clean up this time around. When we do this facelift, is we're gonna make sure you know it's a girl. Yeah. Um, you have a few OCs with white hair. Current one. The current comic, he is albino, so he's just white everything. Now the other is a samurai. Both are really really old when they stopped aging thousands of years. One character and millions of years for the other character. So I'll do a sketch. I'll do a sketch with the old design, and then we'll do another sketch of the old design with the actually. Let's do a couple sketches. We'll do a first sketch with the original design with the hoodie, and then we'll do another sketch with the original design or the next design with the leather jacket, and then we'll do another sketch of the old design but with the helmet. And the helmet thing that actually came in a little bit later. The concept, damn, there's so much going on with this character. Like it's like I've only had oh yeah, the character in my profile, like you see the little DeviantArt logo down over there where it says DeviantArt Collective. My original character. That was a sketch I did of that's a girl, yeah. Tim, the secret's out. The thing, I don't have multiple OCs. I actually just have one. And I'm all right, we're gonna drop some stuff in this stream, okay? I'm gonna drop some stuff in this stream if you guys are down for it. So I only have one because I will continuously kind of add to my mental lore of her as I aged and like had life experiences and stuff, and like I you guys know if you've been following me for a while, if Moof is here, or if Moof and Lyra were here, they would know that I actually had a comic completely written. I still have it completely written out as in like I have the story structure. But it's a short run where there is a beginning, middle, and end to it. I've had that the basic structure of it for like a long ass time, and this was going to be the character for that. And as time went on, I was just kind of adding different character things to her. There's like so much going on in my head right now because like Zero, what's going on? Thank you for the follow. Damn it, too tall. Yeah, when we used to stream on YouTube, we would talk about the comic a lot, and it's just something that kind of fell off to the side. Because, you know, I got really focused on the business aspect of stuff, and, you know, you got to pay bills, what you want to do, right? But it's kind of nice to kind of go back to this. Who here has an original character with like a background? Other than Amar has characters with like millions of years of background. That's different. So some of the features that we can do, which again, we need to really start emphasizing that this is a girl. Among other things, that's probably one of the main things here, because I have had fan art of this character made before, in the past, back when I used to like have prints of her at cons, and sometimes I'd draw it as a guy, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, I appreciate it, but that's my fault. So that's my fault. Yeah. It's always complicated, right? Because with your OC, what you're talking about, an entire, I'm going to use the phrase human being, even though they're not all humans, but let's, you know, what I mean when I say that. You have an entire person of things going on in their brain, and they have a history, and it's anyway. So we'll talk about early version, like early first version of this character. Still with the white hair and everything. She's very grouchy. So the earpieces, they're not headphones. And I'm not gonna lie, I designed these earpieces on her before Yume released the cat ear headphones. And ever since those cat ear headphones with like the glowy sides on them came out, it's been a fucking atrocious nightmare to have to explain these earpieces to people. So now I have not only these headphones, or not headphones. See, now I call them headphones. I not only do I have these earpieces, but now I have a character with white hair, and it's just like the two most generic OC things that anyone could possibly have. But no, Tim, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, Amar says, well, they are easy for you, but you've been doing them since you were a child. I've been making characters since grammar school, maybe high school, but never made any comics. You just like creating characters. Just thought they were neat. Yeah. So I had really short hair at the time, and I was a fan. Where did I see this haircut from? My hair parted on the side here, and it was kind of like all I was able to come up with when it came to hair, like design wise, and that's where that came from. No, they are cool, but they're just like everyone has them now, right? But all right, so we're gonna talk about the earpieces in a second. So I believe the first version of this character, Ryder, Ryder, had just a green hoodie. And like that, like some anime hair. You know what? It looks like Sora, give or take. I started working on your comic some weeks ago. It's a hard project, but you love it. How is that going, by the way? Other than it's hard, yeah. She's very bossy. I don't want to get into the plot of my story because I would rather it play out when I eventually do make the comic in one fucking day. I actually have no interest in being like a long-term comic creator. I think this is just a singular story I feel like telling. And it's always been like that. Like again, if Moof ever shows up, he'll be able to tell you. We've talked about this almost all, like too much. We've talked a lot about this back during the old YouTube days. That's if Moof ever shows up, or Lyra. She's very bossy. She is I was gonna say no nonsense, but I guess that's basically just bossy. What would be the word? Commanding, I think, would be the overall best word would be commanding. Not so much like you got to do what I tell you to do. She would never put anyone down to bolster herself up. Basically, she's just she's better just for the sake of being better and doesn't have to break other people down. You have the first 4 issues written. You're working on that. I could finish at least 15 issues, especially once you put in your last day at work, right? Whenever that is, unless that happened already. Hubs, it's going pretty fine. It's a concept thing. The story and characters are fully made. The story can accommodate as I... Okay. Thanks for the follow. And I think the early design, if I remember right, it's a full length jacket. Yeah, it doesn't cut off at the rib cage like the newer design. So like it goes all the way down. So the first version of her I had kind of really was just more of like I wanted to make a character, and then as I started coming up with a story, that's when I started adding like the motorcycle and the you'll see all the gear, the bits and bobs that she has. Rated, what's going on? Oops. Actually, the first version didn't have a gun, so we're just gonna go ahead and just do this. There you go. But the first version didn't have the gun. So even that's too high. I'm so used to drawing her with the high cut top. I can't even draw like a regular sweater on her right now. And then I give her jeans, right? On the old one. Yeah, it was like actual pants on the old one. That was before I realized female pant pockets are really close to the front and are completely useless. We need to zoom it out a little bit. Those Yu-Gi-Oh eyes. Anyway, more or less design wise is kind of what you're looking at for the base model. So if you go back and look at my, well, you won't be able to see the history. Actually, let me see if I could pull up my icon history of all my social medias. So over my history of being on social media, so we're looking at this window right here, okay? This one right here. Ignore all these other ones. So this was actually the first what's the word for it? What's FP? What's FPF? Yeah, so this was the first one, and then to me at the time it looked really generic, so I switched it over. And I had this icon across my social medias for like the longest fucking for like years. And I switched it to this one for a short time. And maybe you guys saw this one at some point. I don't know if I had switched this one before COVID. And then I switched it to this one, and we're just holding on to this one for a while. I don't really have any plans of changing it, but Okay. And then I never really cared about finalizing the design for the hair. It was just kind of like a messy bedhead. Jesus, messy. Oh, by the way, I haven't drawn in like 3 days again because if you guys are in the Discord, you guys know I've been like very busy with stuff that I've been having to fucking take care of, and that's fine. But I am a little rusty again because I haven't drawn, which is awful because I have a live drawing to do next week, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm a little anxious about it. I know I'll be fine, but I am feeling a little anxious about it because I'm so rusty. More or less. You guys have seen me do this jacket before when we're hanging out in the sketchbook. That's where it comes from. Actually, the sleeves puff out quite a bit at the bottom, almost like you almost have this silhouette when she's standing. The silhouette should look something like this when she's standing. That's messy. Something more or less like that. It's kind of nice to revisit the old designs. It'll help inform the changes that we're gonna make today. Official in universe canon changes. That's what we're doing right now. All right, get to be part of history. God damn it. Ooh. Hello? Okay, that was the vet. Took my dog, our new puppy, to the vet yesterday. She's only a couple weeks old, so I had to go take a stool sample to them, and they had some tests. She just had some nothing major, but she has some stuff that she needs some medication for. As expected, it's a new puppy, so I have to go back in later today, which will probably cut the stream. Or one day I'll be able to draw for you guys, like for real, for real. No cap, as the kids say. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? I got a couple hours before I gotta go pick that up. What were we talking about? Overpower, what's up? All right, so oh yeah, so we were talking about the gear that she has that I added to her over time. If I remember right, the gear should be on her left arm. No, it's on her right arm. It's on her left arm. Okay. Um Hold on, wait a minute, hold up. Gotta go tell the wife about the whole vet thing. You guys, give me a couple of minutes, all right? Apologies on that. So I'm gonna be gone for like 1 minute. You know what else is 1 minute? This ad. Oh, all right, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. All's good in the neighborhood. All right. I do think. Um, I don't even know what to think anymore. My brain's all fucking jumbled now. Thank you, vet, for the phone call. You know what I'm saying? Around here. What's everyone doing today, by the way? Fucking thrown off. Doing well? Did you catch your dust skull yesterday? I'm doing all right. No shine. Yeah, I just turned my Go Plus on at during spotlight hour. I was like, all right, cool, whatever happens. I only caught like 3 of them. I'm like, oh jeez. Really, really I mean like once I didn't want to leave my Go Plus on the whole day, so I was just like, I know it's coming up during spotlight hour, so I just turned on my Go Plus and I just kept going with my life, and I was just hoping and praying that I caught one, and I ended up catching 3 of them. So just came back from the gym. Oh, I missed the gym. I haven't been to the gym in like 3 weeks, man. Bad as fuck right now. So we are talking about my OC, and we've kind of gone over a brief history of the different designs I've had with my OC, and my thought process through some of it, and we're gonna be giving her a bit of a facelift today, and there's some design things that we're gonna be going over. Anyway, uh, I like the shape that I have been giving her for these past few years. What does gun look like? It's almost a very like militaristic shape, right? But there's this part of me that kind of wants to soften her up a little bit. I was using a lot of rounded edges, if I remember right. I had just gone through concept cookies back in the day when I did the first. Just need to leave me. Who here? Who here is single? Stay that way. Nah, they wonder why we die first. Anyway, is she cyberpunk it? Yes, absolutely, 100% cyberpunkish. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Sorry for the no, dude. I actually want people to ask me about actually ask me questions about her. It might like I want to talk about her. I want to talk about my OC, but you know, there's like with everyone's OC, there's just so much that goes on in my brain that I'm sure I'm going to be missing stuff. So if you ask questions about her, maybe it'll remind me to say something. So yeah, so I had back then I had gone through concept cookies. I don't know if he's even called, I think it's called CG cookie now. Concept cookies character design course. And one of the few things I took from it was when it came to character design, you know, pick a shape that's really short legs. Pick like a shape, and I went with like kind of rounded edges because like the helmet was round, and we'll talk about the helmet and the earpieces. Like those were round, and then you know, I was using kind of like these shapes for the jacket, and then like even the cuffs on the wrist, which on one side, so she has these metal cuffs on her wrist. Um, and I can't talk about them too much because it plays a function in the story that I have. But basically, one side of them is actually functional. It's like who here seen Reboot? The idea that I had when I made it was for those who have seen Reboot, the old CG animated show. It's like Glitch, no Glitch. Glitch was essentially the doctor, like Doctor Who, the Doctor's sonic screwdriver. That's what Glitch was. It's just like I remember that. Nah, don't watch the remake. Don't watch the remake. But yeah, original Reboot was fire though, right? Single and not ready to mingle. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. No, actually, all the things I've been having to take care of, surprisingly, would have happened to me regardless of marital status. I'm just goofing. Yeah, yeah. You did a drawing of Deadpool and Batman crossover. Yeah, did you put it in the Discord? Amar says shape design, silhouette, and color scheme are big for the character designs, being able to redraw it well over and over and over. Yep. Anyway, yeah, so the idea And again, I don't want to get too deep into it because it spoils some story stuff in the comic, but um, these have a function, and the one side that actually has, which should be the left side if I remember right, but I don't think I ever like canonically finalized what side it's on, and I'll probably alternate it left and right until the day comes when the comic shows up. Um, that serves a function too. So we're talking about functionality of her gear. So she has that. Think of it as, do you ever see Doctor Who? You know how the sonic screwdriver can kind of do anything? It's more or less like that, where let's say you're going into an area where doors should be locked, and a particular, like the government shouldn't be able to just cut the locks on your house, but I mean, like, if you have this thing, then you can, like, you have the authority to do it. Yeah. um yeah, if you want to post it up, go for it. All right, so I guess the main pieces of gear are the bands, the gun, which I don't think is really important, like, at all. It's just a gun. But I remember I had a design for it and I thought it was really cool, and I really just kind of kept that. Here, I'll pull it up on the screen right now. This was way before I had ever done any gun studies, right? So does it have like internal function? Like, do I have the design? Do I have like the interior design thought out? No, not at all. I was just like, all right, I just want, like, I swear to God, I think I used the Desert Eagle as like the base for it. And then I turned it into a sci-fi gun by putting some LEDs on it, and I was like, that's fucking cool. Anyway. um yeah, so I guess the only two pieces of gear to really talk about with the character are, without spoiling much, are the bracelets and the earpieces. So I told you this thing, um what's the best way to describe it? You ever see that game Watch Dogs? But like, basically, if you need information, it'll get it for you. It's essentially a power that nobody should have. That's the best way to describe it. It's an authority and a power that fucking nobody should have. Oh, wait, it's not this though. That's from Reboot. Don't pay attention to that. That's from Reboot. It looks like this. Rarely will you ever see the inside of it because it will not come off. So if you want a little bit of insight to these things, if you have this on your wrist, it's not coming off. So we can draw the insides of it, but you should never be able to see the inside of it, the interior, like right here. Yeah, if you're in a situation where you have this thing on you, it's not coming off. Yeah. It's basically very sci-fi-y. Imagine a lot of lights. Again, it's one of those things. I don't actually have an in-canon design for the interior because you should never see the interior of it, honestly. Overpow selling fan art online. Any suggestions? Shopify dinged. All right, so I can't speak for me, and this is not me giving you advice, legally. We're gonna talk about hypothetical situations where a dude named Topher and Overpow DVD are having a discussion, right? So DVD wants to start selling fan art online, and then Topher says, the only way to do that would be to put your fan art on a storefront that doesn't fulfill the orders for you. So, like, If you use like a Shopify or you use like a Society6 or a DeviantArt store or an ArtStation store, or or they place the order at the customer places the order on the website actually prints the stuff or makes the cups or prints the sweaters, and then they ship it out. Those are the sites that will always ding you for that stuff. If you use something like a Store Envy or an eBay, where you're just putting stuff on the site, and then once the order goes through, it's up to you to print it, to package it, to make the label, to provide the tracking number. You do all that work. More than likely, you're not going to get dinged. Also, obviously in the description, the tags, and the title, you don't want to use any like specific IP nouns, right? So like if you have some Pokemon art, you don't want to call it Pokemon. You want to call it Draw Mall, you know what I'm saying? So that's the best way to avoid all of that. I believe that guy, hypothetically, Topher, he has been selling fan art online for years using that method and hasn't been dinged once. He's had artwork featured, or they have had their artwork featured on many websites, for years. A lot of attention have been brought to the site. Never had ding issues, yeah. But then that sucks because it costs more money because you have to do all the production for it. You're the one who has to have all the inventory for it. So, I mean, like, while they doing it that way, they won't ding you. It's hard because then you have to have a storage of all the stuff you're selling, and you have to house it and everything, But that's the way Topher would recommend doing it. Okay. So you're saying overpowered DVD just kind of fucked that up. Use the actual names, right? Yeah. But anyway, that's what it is. Okay. So we're talking about the bracelets, right? I like Store Envy. Because it's just a storefront where you put things for sale. You're like, this is what I have available if you want to buy it. And then it's up for them to buy it, and then you have to handle everything after that. Like literally everything after that. Hope that helps. Basically, the screen that pops up should be invisible until like you use it. So it would just look like a solid silver bracelets until you need it. Right? So you command it to do something, and then it should be almost like a little touch screen. And I know it's so generic to have this, especially, fucking Iron Man has it on everything. Like little windows that pop up like that. Which is a really, if you think about it, it's a really impractical technology because people could totally see what you're doing on the other side of it. Yeah, just hit up Topher for more info. Yeah. Yeah, these are just the drafts here that I'm doing. It is like Lila's bracelet for Futurama, isn't it? I keep comparing it to like, well, I mean, like, you think about it, there's so many anyway, so I think the one that grabs the most attention is this right here. It's the earpiece, and it's been years since I've talked about this, but it's not like a secret because we've talked about it a lot. When it came to designing the earpiece, it was actually really simple. I wanted something that went into your brain. Again, if you have the earpiece on, earpieces, they're not coming off. So way back in the day, I was like, all right, well, I need something that can access the brain. I remember I had gone through certain ideas like a microchip in the back of the neck, because like what Doc Ock had in Spider-Man 2. But I was like, that's kind of lame because you can't see it. And then uh, like that kind of design. I remember I was stuck with this for like the longest time, something like that. But I was like, that's like a little too like bubblegum crisis-y, right? You know what I mean? So I settled on this because I was just like, well, this is really easy to draw. So if I ever wanted to draw the character, it wouldn't be like a pain in the ass. Imagine having to draw this 50 times compared to drawing this 50 times, right? And it does taper a little bit. So it's like it's kind of like that shape right there. And the pink stripe in the center will only be visible when it's active. Otherwise, it's just like this. It'll just look like a flat piece of metal. And the biggest part about when I was designing, was it? The idea sounds great. Hope to see it soon. Can they get hacked? No, no. Um, the the biggest part of this, because I was a new artist when I was coming up with all this stuff, and one of the things I was really afraid of was people stealing my work. So if you look at my logo that I use, which I don't, well, I have this on the bottom of my, I have this logo used on the bottom of my art prints. This says art and illustration on the bottom, but oh, here. That's kind of what the newer one looks like, right? Like I don't have that up everywhere, but that is the logo that I use, right? Um, Sits on there right there. So you could see even way back in the day in the early designs, I had that on there because it's literally my logo incorporated into the character. So even if somebody tried to jack it, I mean, like, it's my fucking logo. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's the thought process behind that. So happy that my first and last name and my logo are all like a round shape. Imagine if it was an R. What the fuck are you gonna do with an R, right? So I'm not gonna lie, that's why that C is there, and it's a C on both sides. So like, and in universe, there's no explanation for this. It's strictly, um, just like the design. I came up with the design of that strictly to help prevent people from jacking the idea. That's it, or not the idea so much, but like the character. Yeah, tired. Hell, shit. Yeah. So in this one right here, this more recent one, you see it's not lit up, so it's not active. Right here, it's not lit up, so it's not active. Up here, it's not lit up, so it's not active. Not active, but that one's active. I could find some more. That's an old one. Ignore that. That's an old shit. That's where that came from. And okay, so let's see. Again, I had to find a reference picture for this. Ah, here we go. The concept of the visor on it, I've actually been back and forth on. Because the information that it would display to you here is the same kind of information that you would get on the bracelet. So I think I dropped the concept of the visor. Well, the helmet and the visor materialize from the earpieces. And I think that's one of those things where I kind of like moved away from that idea after a while. Because if you have the fucking wrist thing, then it doesn't matter, right? Because if it's in your brain, you don't need a visor. It should just show up like that. Like it should just be in your brain. Anyway, that's what we're here to do. Kind of take all these old ideas that I haven't really been able to elaborate on too much, and we can kind of finalize them together. And I've had plenty of time to think about this stuff. Same way how you with your OCs, I'm sure you've had tons of time to think about it, right? Um, yeah. So again, these are attached to your brain. If you see a character that has this, they're not coming out. They cannot be hacked. It's nothing like that. It's not like connected to a network or something. It's not like on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth and some shit, right? Again, the context of that will come up in the actual story. But what do you guys think about that so far? I was a wee lad. I was a young man when I came up with these ideas. They're pretty simple ideas, but like like as we talk about it, they seem really straightforward, right? But these ideas came from a dude who had like no experience, and I was just kind of like trying to think up of different things to do with this character. And oh yeah, we'll talk about the helmet. The helmet would materialize almost in my brain. It would materialize in this motion. All right, ready? Just imagine there's a head here, okay, or whatever. So basically, it you get like an energy that goes here, and then it would kind of like um, it would almost look like it would just kind of it would have like a ring of energy in the back, and then that ring or that half ring of energy would kind of like it would split in half. One would stay there, and then it would swing over to the forehead, and then it would just kind of like materialize the helmet. Yeah. And again, that helmet is mainly for when you get on the motorcycle, because I incorporated the motorcycle into her design in like so much. So my logo, oh my god, the logo that I'm using now for all my social medias. Have you guys seen the full version of this? Because this is a cropped version. Let me try and find the full version of that. If I'm a good kid, then I put it in the right I put it in the same folder. If I'm not a good kid, I put it in a different folder. I'm a bad kid. Hold on. I think I know where I put it. Oh no no no. Damn it. No, that's not it. Well, it has been lost in the universe. I'm sure if I dig around I'll find it, but there is a full version of that of the logo that I use here. There's a full version, and in the version, the full one, the motorcycle's in there. That's like how integral it is to their design. Okay. So because this is what's in the brain, it kind of like feeds info back and forth, right? Again, the visor, I guess, would be more of a visual, kind of like a cool visual thing. Um, Same thing with the wrist piece, where you wouldn't need to light up your fucking head with LEDs to get information if you just wanted to use the bracelet, right? Or better yet, if you're on the motorcycle, the helmet is what would feed you the information. But basically, the helmet and the earpieces, the helmet, the visor, they all kind of serve the same purpose. Yeah, so you basically can get information on kind of anything and anyone. If anyone can guess her occupation in universe, um, I can't give you anything, but I'll give you an attaboy. Yeah. Dude, you talking about indefinitely? 18 days to go back to Cali? You talking about indefinitely, or are you just gonna come visit? Besides, the occupation that she starts with in the story is not the occupation she ends with, by the way. Tax collector. Definitely. Oh shit, son. Hey man, you just let me know. Um, do I have it uploaded somewhere? I might have it on my Instagram, the full version of it, but it's gonna be like deep. I'm talking like earlier than 2018. I want to say it was around Mother's Day of 2018 when I drew it. So if you can kind of pinpoint that, you should be able to find the upload for that. Wife got a job. Damn, dude. Well, congrats on that. Kaiser so fancy. Oh man, I'm not gonna scroll all the way back because IG, Instagram takes so fucking long to load. But yeah, yeah, my original character. We're talking about because I'm doing a draw this in your style challenge for the month of November. So for this stream, I just kind of want to go over the elements that went into when I first designed her like way back in the day. I'm talking about like way back in the day, and things that have changed since. So like the original version, she was just in like a hoodie and some jeans, and I was just like, all right, this is kind of cool. And then as I came up with a story for the comic that I'm currently not working on, um, uh, I started adding more and more elements, and then this is kind of more or less a silhouette. This she's kind of stubby here, like the legs should be longer, but more or less that's what the silhouette should look like. Don't assume, man. That's how you get canceled. No, anyway, oh, by the way, good guesses, everybody. But I realize that you're probably not gonna be able to guess what her occupation is. But you're more than welcome to keep trying. You're not gonna get it though. But um, so if there are elements to keep, so we're gonna talk. So right now, as we do the redesign of the character, this is canon, by the way. This redesign is canon, and will reflect on every time I draw her in the future, right? Um, Chinese food delivery, or as Chinese people call it, food delivery. Pizza delivery. No hints. Nah. I mean, nah, no hints. Nah, but so we'll talk about elements to keep. Naturally, we have to keep the bracelets. We have to keep the earpieces. Um, we'll keep the visor. We'll keep the visor. just as like an aesthetic. Plus, you know, when she's on the motorcycle, wouldn't be able to really look at your bracelet, right? So it is pretty functional, right? So yeah, so those are the three elements we have to keep. Leafy, what's going on? I just had her in there's a period of time where I had her in cargo shorts because I really enjoy drawing cargo shorts for some reason, or cargo pants rather. I just think that they look cool. But the idea of having to draw pockets over and over and over got really old really fast. So I was just like, well, tights, right? Right? But I think tights are boring because it's just. All right, guys, give me a second. I have to go take the dog out to use the restroom real quick. Yo, drop that IG link. Drop that IG link. I'll be right back. Give me like a minute. All right, I am back. Found the picture. There you go. Oh, nice job. That's in a sketchbook somewhere. I gotta go find it. It's from 2018 though, so it's buried pretty deep, probably. And we got a guest. I have a guest host today. Don't like me. Oh, bitch. Yeah, Vince, that's pretty fucking sweet to hear, man. Hope everything's again. I'll DM you when we're done here. But like, it's gonna be nice, man. Nice to have you back. Um, I'll tell you about it on the DMs. I'll hit you up later. Yeah, we got a guest host today for at least a few minutes till she calms down. So we're talking about design elements to keep from my original character, and the functional stuff, you know, which I'd argue are probably the only things that we really need to keep. I want to soften her face up a little bit. When I draw her, I tend to take away, because back in the day when I first made this character, I was just like, well, I don't want to give her like fucking huge rack, you know. Like, I wanted her not so much that I didn't think she'd be taken seriously, but more just like, I don't know, like when you see a lot of people's OCs, and again, if that's how your OC looks, that's how it looks, right? That's cool, but like that's just not what I wanted for mine. And I think I maybe pulled. Oh, you tired? And go back to your mom. Uh, Back then I thought that the only way to make something look less over sexualized was to kind of pull away feminine things from them, and that's not true. So what we're gonna do with this redesign we're doing today, which is going to be the redesign we do today will be the base of the draw this in your style challenge. We're gonna kind of re-add those more feminine features, and we'll stop it. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah. Ah. All right. Who was my favorite DC or Marvel hero? Damn, I used to have a straight answer to this. Um, oh my god, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that in a long time. I used to really like Red Robin, but that was just like a design thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's like probably Spider-Man, just because that's the one I grew up with the most. Yeah, it's Parsley. Oh, Vince, we're in the process of getting all her shots and vaccines. Like I took her to the vet yesterday, so she got her first wave of like shots and all that. When she's ready to go, I'll and come see her. Yeah. Um, nah, man. It's about Granny Goodness, man. It's fucking. Has anyone here play that DC game? The DC card game? Man, that game's fucking stupid. That game's hella good. Ultraman. What inspired the shoulder pads? Kind of as a oh yeah. Oh, so you're talking about in that sketch that I did that I use as my logo. That's not canon. That one, the shoulder pads just kind of look like this. That is not canon. That's fan art. Ignore that. That's nothing. Murray. Yeah, I mean, my thought process when I was coming up with this character, I was not in a good mental place at the time. Was more of like a reflection of kind of like what I was going through at the time, more so than like trying to make a character that was really, 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 appealing. Um, I mean, for the draw this in your challenge, draw this in your style challenge, which I'm gonna be, I'll have all the information to that is gonna be coming out either tonight or tomorrow. I'm actually hosting that challenge with Deviant Art, or the sponsors of the Twitch portion of today's stream, by the way. But anyway, if you want to draw her like that, that's all on you. You know, fan art's fun. It's whatever you want to do. I'm not gonna stop you. Aquaman, Red Tornado. Can you tell me what type of world she lives in so you can better guess what type of job? You're not gonna guess the job, but it's basically a it is a cyberpunk style world, but it's not like gross. It's not like fucking gross and depressing and full of like drugs and shit. Like it's like like how everything now that depicts like a cyberpunk style future, it's always so depressing and green and gross. It's just like a regular world, but like more futuristic. What character in comic book world has been redesigned the best over its time? Oof, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really. I would have to think about that one. Off the top of my head, I don't know if I could come up with one. I think Ghost in the Shell or Akira, minus the depression, would be the best way to describe it. Yeah. Here, you know what? This is a really old drawing, but here, you can use this. I don't know why I'm telling you. I could just show you. So this is a really old drawing, right? But it looks like something like that. You watch Star Wars? You know what Coruscant is? The capital of the galaxy. Is basically that. It's like nonstop this. You follow me on DeviantArt, so you have to see. Oh shit! I appreciate that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I haven't hosted a draw this in your challenge or draw a draw this in your style challenge before, so this will be really fun, especially of all the characters to pick. Speaking of which, I have to take them off the wall. All right, I'll do it. Whoa. So these were given to me back during the time when I was still trying to sell prints of this character at conventions. So there's these kids. I don't know why these parents let their kids watch my YouTube series. By the way, the new episode of that is out right now if you guys want to give it a click and but yeah, they did some fan art of my of Ryder. They're little kids. They could tell it was a girl. Come on now. Yeah. But I have these, yeah. They gave them to me at Anime Expo. I think it was 2018. So I framed them and put them up on my wall. So that's fucking bad, right? Had to frame them. And then I've had a couple of other people give me fan art of her as well, and I haven't framed them. I have them in a pile somewhere here. You know how you're like, I'm gonna put them somewhere. I'm gonna put all of this stuff in one place so I never forget where they are. But then you forget where the place is. Yeah, that's what happened with all those. Um, I like the hair. We're gonna keep the hair. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's like perfect. It's exact. Like it's the hair has kind of always been like that shape. I might lessen the amount of spikes there are just to help with the silhouette. So we're talking like maybe one, two. What's his name from Metabots? Icky? Is that his name? Hair kind of looks like this. We're not gonna go like that extreme. I think he has like Tim says that reminds me. I've seen that interview where you got interviewed by two kids. Oh, dude, you're taking it way back. You're taking it way back. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, see see the sparkle in my eye back then, before the weight of the world. Metabots was cool until they introduced the Metaforce. Then it was just Super Saiyans at that point. Like Metabots was really cool because everybody could fight each other. They'd make use of all the weapons that they had gotten in previous episodes. It was like Pokemon, right? And then the moment the Metaforce showed up, it's like, yo, if you don't have the Metaforce, it's a wrap. Like, fuck out of here. Like, I didn't play any of the games though, yeah, but strictly in the anime. Really fun. Metaforce ruined everything. You don't have a rare metal, you can't use the Metaforce. It's fucking over. It's like going Super Saiyan, or it's like the Egyptian god cards. You know, Bakura slapped Yugi's fucking ass in Battle City, and then he pulls out Slifer and it's over. I'm like, that's some bullshit right there. Nah, like you lost. Like, so if we were to do a turnaround, like the straight up shot. And but by the way, the inspiration to this hair is legit. It's just kind of like what my hair used to look like. Like I came up with this hair on this character back in the day when I wasn't good at coming up with ideas, arguably still today. You guys want to see my old hair? I'll fucking pull it up right now. If I could find it, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd you go? I missed you so. Okay, here. Cheesin', voice cheesin'. Yeah, right there. I had that little flip to it. Now, that's where the hair came from. Not gonna lie. Ask me what you're talking about. Mo shot, yeah. All right, so Vince, I don't know if you're still here, but really quick, you guys know I took Saturday off this last Saturday, and I went to a music festival. I went to go see well, there were quite a few. There were quite a few performers who I wanted to go see, but I mainly went to go see Porter Robinson, and like it was a incredible set. My favorite set he's played so far. But he did something at their during his set that like nobody saw coming. So everybody here knows that song "Clarity" by Zed, and a lot of people didn't know, other than nerds, that Porter actually was involved in making that song, and he fucking played it live. He's never done that, and he sang the vocals to it, and like, oh my god, it was fucking awesome. Anyway, so yeah, I had a really fucking good day off. It was really good. So 80s commercial look. Hey man. Yeah, so that's where the hair came from. And it has that kind of that A cut shape to the front. You know, that kind of popular female haircut, the A cut. Yeah. Dude, I don't know if you watched the Vince. I don't know if you watched like there's a lot of recordings of it, but because in the original clarity. You know, Porter was I mean, we all know that Porter was one of the voices in the hey part, the hey, like that part. So when he performed it live, like he sang all the vocals to everything, but most of the song was emphasized around the hey part because I mean that's his. And I noticed that and I was like, this is fucking beautiful, dude. It was fucking sick. Anyway, full circle, man. It always comes back to clarity, man. Anyway, so if we're to do a turnaround on the hair, just think of like a 70s haircut, I guess. You could do the Mickey Mouse thing, where no matter what direction the head turns, the hair could be the same style. He also played it was Sweet Time into Fresh Sweet Time remix with Fresh Static Snow at with Shelter. It's like as a one song. During Halloween, you saw someone doing the vampire in Brooklyn haircut. Brooklyn haircut. And then I guess the back shot would just be the the front turned around, more or less, right? Is there's a lot of flipping going on in the back of the hair. Is basically what I'm saying. A lot of flippage. We're gonna keep that from the old design. So like an underside 3/4 view, it should look something like this. The hair. We're talking about the hair shape. Uh, yeah. During the event, when Skrillex, like 9 minutes into Skrillex's set, the CDJs fucking gave out. It was cool because then he ended up having to just kind of he was just playing, almost like freestyling right there for like the rest of the entire set, and it was fucking bad, dude. Like I think it ended up being better than if he just played what he had planned. Anyway, so the old jacket that I gave her, the one that she's rocking right now, has like a high rise collar. And again, we're talking about that thing where I thought that in order to have her taken seriously, let's be honest, I felt like I had to remove a lot of like sexual elements from her because like a lot of the OCs, even today, they're very sexy, right? And that's totally cool because that I'm all I'm all about that too. But I felt like I had to take that stuff away in order for people to take her more seriously, and I don't think that's necessarily true. Um, Is there a paper type you will like to draw that I haven't drawn on yet? No, I don't think so. I think if there's a... Oh, I do have to order paper today. Thank you for the reminder on that. Write it in my planner. Order paper. So as part of that, like I gave the big shoulder, you know, like it almost kind of goes up. This is like an exaggeration, but it almost goes up like that. All right. But for the sake of the silhouette, I actually think that looks pretty cool. So I think we'll keep that in there too. Because if we don't have that, then the silhouette kind of looks like this. Like it just kind of slopes downwards. I actually like that. And then I like the... I'm still a fan. Like I wear my jackets like this too, where I have it 3/4 up. I think it makes for a nice shape right here because where it bunches up. So we'll probably keep that too. Oh. Murray says, I have been fortunate to see women who look very sexually naturally. I think female characters' actions aid more in their believability than their shape. Yeah, but you know, you're not going to be able to get like their actions and stuff until they're like in a comic or they're in a something animated, you know what I mean? So it's like when it comes to just the design of the character, you know, if you do too much, well, I don't know. So it's gonna be hard for me to move away from this jacket design because I've had it for so long. So anyway, the I had the shoulders up, like really strong shoulders, some like 80s vibe, you know. And then I had where the fabric would bunch up, like right here. And I think this got more exaggerated over time, but I kind of like that look. I'm over here like you're gonna completely redesign this character, but I'm gonna keep like everything from the old design, right? I think one thing is I have to make sure to put it low enough so that it sits under the elbow. I think what I was doing before was I was having the elbow. No, I was having it inside. Okay, yeah, it has to sit underneath the elbow, right there. The way I have mine like right now. And no gloves, none of that stuff, just hands. Got to run to the vet in a little bit, man. To cut the stream short soon. Some bullshit. Anyway. Okay, so shoulders, strong shoulders will keep. The shape of the sleeve where it bunches up will keep. The high-rise collar I've actually been half and half on. The old version had a hoodie. If I could pull that up right now. We're not gonna... Well, let me get my face off the screen over here. So you see the old version just had a hoodie and like a shirt, but this took place in like this was made before I like made the world. This was just her. Oh, I have an idea. We could try this. where we could get rid of the high-rise collar, reincorporate the hoodie. But just put it over the jacket from the newer design. So basically, we're just kind of gonna mix the two. Where basically she'll wear the hoodie underneath that. I will take a look at it right now. I invite everyone to join the Discord, by the way. Thank you for all the views lately, guys. It's been going really well here on the stream. Did you put it in the your art section? Oh, there it is. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, when mixing two characters together, I never know like which elements of which character to keep. I think if I did that, I would have just drawn Batman and then turned him like red. Like that's what red and then give him swords. Okay, Batman's against using guns. How come he doesn't use a sword? Like I mean, like I know Batman can wield a sword, but I'm talking about like how come he doesn't have a sword? You don't like guns. You don't have to kill people with a sword. You can do the Kenshin thing, right? Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. Yeah. What'd you use when you drew that? I'm getting like a Doctor House vibe with this. The Tombow. Ah. Oh, that's right. Forgot. He has a sword already. Can't do it. That's like too much, right? You remember how we were talking about Captain America last week? At least MCU Captain America. And I was just like, look, we're talking about Sam Captain America, current Cap. And I was just like, he's just got too much. He's got guns. He's got, I don't know if his whole suit is vibranium, but he's at least got giant vibranium wings, right? He's got a jetpack, which he can use when he kicks people. He probably still has the guns that he had when he was Falcon. He has the shield. He's got that visor that has all that information on it. He's got a bunch of Red Wings. Like, he's got like 3 of them now instead of just one. I'm like, that's too much, man. Like, you just Iron Man at this point. Like, that's too much, man. Jetpack, wings, shield. Boom, that's it. Put the jetpack in the wings. They're from Wakanda. They're Wakandan wings. They can like get rid of the jetpack and just put them in the wings and be like, oh yeah, it's vibranium shit, man. It could just fly. Don't worry about it. If Sam Wilson, Captain America in the MCU, if his suit is not bulletproof, that's some Blank Man shit that they did to him. You ever see Blank Man? Like Wakanda, like you use vibranium and everything. All right. I don't think I've shared this opinion before, but listen. In Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Sam Wilson gets when he becomes Captain America, he gets his new suit from Wakanda, right? They give him giant vibranium wings, and I think the suit looks pretty good. I think the white on the suit needs to be grayed out a little bit. I think it's too bright. But the design I think is perfect. I just think they need to turn those white areas a little gray. But if they don't, he has the regular suit. If that's not bulletproof, that's some bullshit. So if you ever seen the movie Blank Man, right? So Blank Man himself, he came up with a serum that if he soaks his clothes in it like overnight, they're bulletproof. Okay, and he has a sidekick in the movie. And he does not treat his sidekick's stuff with the bulletproof like serum. So his buddy starts talking shit, and he's just like, I got a target on my ad, like, you know, like and he gets shot, and then Blank Man's like, oh, I didn't make your suit bulletproof. Anyway, my first thought when I saw Sam Wilson, Captain America, I was just like, man, if those Wakandans didn't give you a bulletproof suit, that's some bullshit. Because they eat off like vibranium plates over there, man. They could give Captain America a vibranium suit. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just saying. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for the follow. Yeah, we're currently working, if you want to call what we're doing working, on my original character. We're kind of taking old designs of her that I've had, and we're just kind of coming up with a new one. We're reworking old elements into new elements. We're kind of adding new things. I want to take away some things. But yeah, that's what we're doing, and then I will have the full guideline on the Draw This in Your Style challenge with my original character that should be coming out tomorrow. Doesn't he usually just deflect bullets with wings or dodge altogether? Yeah, he does. But now he has vibranium wings. I mean, I'm assuming, because I'm just assuming that everything that in the MCU, I just assume that everything that comes out of Wakanda is made of vibranium. Like, why are you gonna give Captain America a suit and then not make the material out of vibranium? Why are you not going to make the wings out of it? I feel like the box that they gave it to him in, because they FedExed a box to his house, right? And that's where the suit was. I'm pretty sure that box was a vibranium too. Like, that's just what I'm saying. Hope 2 more drawings that are probably the best I done. You posted 2 more drawings? Okay. I'll take a look at those when we're off stream. When it comes to the design of the jacket, before it was just a sweater, and then it did like that Future Trunks thing where it starts to, hold on. That's what I'm saying. They act like they have a shortage of vibranium. Like if I was a Wakandan tailor and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna commission you to make Captain America's suit," I'd be like, "Okay, so everything's gonna be vibranium." They're gonna be like, "Nah, none of it will be." I'm like, excuse me. Okay, I really hate to cut the stream short, but you guys know I gotta go to the vet right now to go pick up some stuff. We will continue the redesign here on stream. I'm not gonna work on any of the redesign off stream. We're gonna take care of all of that here, okay? So, and that will ultimately lead into a final drawing with the complete redesign, and that is where the Draw This in Your Style challenge will start, okay? Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. My bad, we have to cut this short. But I will see you guys later today, okay? See you guys. Whoa, thank you so much. And I appreciate that. Hop into the Discord if you guys want to stay up to date with everything that's going on. That's where I'm most active. But okay, guys, thank you. Not gonna play the outro song because